Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? In today's video, this will be a little different from all the other videos you've seen, closer to the styles I used to do way back when. This is Fortnite Theory, Episode 1, Who's in Control? The theory, what is it? Theory is something that usually has a lot of certain constraints. It's really conceptual. It's supposed to help you almost think about something. And that's why I really like theory in all terms of, like, in most of the topics of school, like psychology and all that fun stuff, criminology. So this is going to be Fortnite Theory, Episode 1, Who's in Control, and here are the constraints up here in the corner. Constraint number 1, the players in this diagram are of equal skill. I'll create the diagram in a second. The players have the same shotgun. Players have no more materials. Players have equal ping and equal FPS, and they cannot leave their tile. Let's set this up. We have tile number 1 right here. Then we have a wall in between them. Then we have tile number 2. We have player number 1 here. Then we have player number 2 right over here. So with these constraints in mind, who's in control? That's the question. So let's go over here and find lime green. Who's in control right now of the fight? Well, most people will say he is, because he owns the wall. Okay, that's fair enough. That's true for most instances, but with these in mind, is it true? Because let's think about what both of them have to play for. Player 1 has to play around baiting the shotgun shot from player 2. So what this means is that he has to do an edit. So if he does the peanut butter edit, then resets it and do a window edit, he has to bait the shot from player 2 to break the wall, because they both have no more materials. So, and then he gets the shot off in between the shotgun delay. So he's to bait it, or he has to outplay, which is to do an edit and a peek that player 2 doesn't expect in order to get it, or be quick, be faster, quicker than player 2. So do an edit and a peek so quick that player 2 doesn't have the time to react. Now what does player 2 have to play? Well, they have to predict the peek, predict the shot, pre-fire, whatever that means, predict. They have to react as well if they are faster reacting to an edit. So if he does the peanut butter peek and he's able to tell that he's going to jump up and peek and he can beat him like that, has to be more unexpected. So this is almost outplaying as well, of equal right here. And this is what they have to play for. So both of them are trying to play around delays. Let's do that in a different color, to orange. They're both playing around delays. The player 1 is playing around the shotgun shot delay. God, I know this is butchering. And player over here, player 2, is playing around the pullout delay. So even though these are a few seconds, if you're able to get a shot off, because they're both one shot, I think I forgot to type that. Let's type that down. Players both HP. So both one shot. So if he plays around, player 2 plays around the pullout delay, that means when player 1 does an edit and finishes it, he's taking out his shotgun. That's where player 2 wants to shoot, because he will kill them. And then player 1 has to play around the shotgun delay, which is either baiting a shot, or he just has to outplay and be faster. Erase all this now. So with that in mind, if these two players are of completely equal skill, then who's in control? I mean, if all of these constraints over here apply right now to this diagram, who's in control? I'd say that it's a 50-50. Because they're of equal skill, and all of these, none of them have an advantage over each other, even though this guy owns the wall. Because if this dude plays his cards right, he can win the fight. And then if this guy plays his cards right, he can win the fight. So if it's a 50-50, then what are they? Neither of them are in control, while both of them are in control. We have a nice little Schneider's wall here. Schneider's, what is it? Schneider's cat situation going on here. So let me explain this a little bit more deeper and how I think player 2 can react and outplay. So this is basically my whole playstyle is kind of fit around this. If we think of a wall, so let's say we have a wall over here. Here's the wall. No matter what edits player 1 does, in most cases, unless he does another edit in an edit, so if he edits the peanut butter peak here, and then while he jumps up to peek from the peanut butter peak, he resets it in the edit, and this would be a good outplay. He resets it in the edit, then does a window edit, and then when he's coming back down, he shoots through the window edit, while player 2 is still aiming for the top peanut butter peak. That would be an outplay, but he has to think of that pretty quickly. So if he just does this edit here and he's standing right here, how is he going to peek from this, right? He's going to jump up and shoot right here. If he's closer to the bottom half of the peanut butter peak, then he's just going to right hand peek like this. Okay, so that's the peanut butter peak. Let's say he does a window edit. If he edits the middle window or even the left window or the right window, how is he going to peek it? He's going to peek it from right here, and right here, and re-peek all of these windows with the right hand peek. So if you know that, you can counter that if you're pink. So if you're able to react quick enough to the edit, and you would be on the other side of the wall, so you can re-peek with your own right hand peek, or do some type of psycho thing where you jump up and you shoot him and you use the top of the window to peek him, because you're going to be higher up in the air, so you'll see him even if he's crouching and creeping around this wall. See him before he sees you. All right, so what other edits are there to do? Every edit tells what player 1 is going to do. So if player 2 is quick enough to react, then he can outplay and he can win. So just because an edit is done and someone has you fully boxed or whatever doesn't mean the fight is over. You can still turn back and shoot him. So you guys agree with this, that, you know, in this case neither of them are in control, because again, these constraints have to apply here. If these constraints don't apply, then if player 1 is better than player 2, then they're going to win almost all the time. But if they're flipped and player 2 is better than player 1, good chances they're going to win all the time, right? Hopefully you guys enjoyed this type of video. This is just something conceptual that you guys can think about. You know, who's in control of the fight, and you can apply this a lot to your own gameplay, because it basically what it's saying is that just because they own the wall doesn't mean they're in control. If you're better, then you can be better and show that you're better. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Yeah, cheers.